You know the deal. You know the drill. It's me, Shaka Pitts, a.k.a. Spitz McMahon, the voice of Baltimore hip-hop. I'd like to welcome y'all to another segment of what we like to call Shak Value. And tonight's Shak Value is dedicated to the epic MC battle event that went down in B-More in February called Blood on the Shoes. It was real dope. If you wasn't there, you did yourself an injustice because the vibe in the building was like no other. It was real fucking bananas. So, yeah, make sure you show up to Mid-Atlantic Battle Association events in the future if you did not show up to this event and past events because the vibe is like none other. Trust me, B. All right? But, yeah, we still got you. It's in the Matrix, so you can check it out at your leisure. Just type in Blood on the Shoes and bong. You can, check us out. All right? Actually, Blood on the Shoes, pit fights, or, things of that nature. But you already know what it is because you're checking me out right now. All right? But everybody's been asking me my opinions about the battles and who do I think won and was the decisions right and this, that, and the other. Especially MCs have been asking me like how do I feel about their performances, this, that, and the other, and so I'm gonna cover some of that. I'm gonna cover most of that, to be honest, in this segment. And of course, everyone has been asking me how do I feel about the Skillet, PG Skillet versus Tay Rock fight. So I'm gonna discuss that. I'm gonna get into some of those things. But again, Blood on the Shoes was dope. It was the type of shit they make movies out of, you know what I mean? It had all the controversy, had all the drama, the tension, the skill level was there. So, yeah, that's what it is, man. Let's get right into it. The first battle I'm going to cover is, and I'm not going to go in any particular order, I don't think. You know what I mean? I'm going to just go ahead and, I jotted down some shit, so I'm going to just go ahead and go with it. No particular order. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the Ronnie G versus Mirage. Watching it in person and watching it, in the Matrix is a little different. So sometimes you got your your pre-fight, your real-time fight analysis, and then you got your post-fight analysis or your Matrix analysis because you're watching it, from the screen or whatever, and you don't get the actual vibe. So sometimes it's a little different. With the Ronnie G fight, I think that fight actually could have went to OT. That fight could have went to OT. I'm not mad at the 3-2 split, but in my opinion, if I was judging, I would have voted for OT. I think Ronnie G had some slurs in his first round, but he was peace. In the second round, he was cracked though. You know what I mean? He was definitely cracked. The third round, he had a slip up. I'm sorry, no, he didn't have a slip up. He actually did some non-personal type shit that wasn't really directed at Mirage, but Mirage sort of did the same thing. You know what I mean? When he went into the Big L shit, which was dope lyrically, but you know what I mean? I would have went for OT in that one, in my opinion. But again, I'm not mad at the 3-2 split because what the fuck? Everybody don't think like me. You know what I mean? On Rittens versus Troubleman, which was a good fight, and the Mirage fight was a good fight too. And for the record, I thought that Mirage got the first round. I thought that Mirage got the first round, and I thought that Ronnie G got the second round, and I thought that the third round could have, they both did the non-personal shit. So I would like to see an OT in that one. So we're going back to Rittens and Troubleman. Rittens and Troubleman, I think Troubleman got that. I think it was a matter of jabs versus haymakers. And Rittens' haymakers were dope, but I think they were a little too far in between for me, just for my personal taste. I would have liked to see a little bit more jab, and then bong, hooks, and haymakers and uppercuts and shit like that. But, it it wasn't there for me. I do like the schemes. I thought his schemes were really dope, but you know, I thought Troubleman just had more hits per time. So I would have voted for Troubleman as well for that reason. So that's what it is. And again, these are just my personal preferences. I don't usually do this, but because the event was so dope and you motherfuckers been blowing me up, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there publicly. And you know, y'all can do what y'all do. You know, I know how y'all get down in the matrix. You know, clickety clack and shit. So do what y'all do. How about E.T. and Mckims? I thought Mckims lyrically and his setups were real dope. He just was, his first round, there was a lot of slurs, but I see where he was going, but I couldn't give it to him because he didn't pull it off. You know what I mean? He didn't execute, you dig, in the right way, but I saw where he was going. You know what I mean? As a coach, I could see what play he was calling, you know what I mean, or what play he was trying to run on the field, rather, but he just didn't execute that the right way. E.T. was very consistent. I thought the second round for Mckims was really, really dope, and he fucked it up by dropping the ball on that. You know what I mean? He straight like dropped the ball on that one. You know what I mean? And to be fair, E.T. had a little pause in one of his rounds also, but it wasn't one of those where you can like, all right, I'm gonna take big points away from him or nothing, because you could have allowed for some of the crowd or whatever. But it was like a 1 second or so pause. You know, maybe two, but it wasn't like he was just like out of the fucking game. Mckims just was like out of the fucking game. Like the play was just like fucking gone. You know what I mean? The third round, I would give that to Mckims. I would give that to Mckims, third round. If I had to vote, I would definitely give that to Mckims. So I think E.T. got that out of consistency, but Mckims' setups were really, really dope. And for the record, if Mckims can execute the plays that he's trying to call, yo, a lot of you motherfuckers gonna be in trouble. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. Hevron versus Smoove Black was, at the end of the day, it was a bully match. You know what I mean? Hevron did come with bars, and his presence was just really overpowering for Smoove, I think. And I don't know if it was the atmosphere. The atmosphere was like, you know what I mean, like really intense. So I don't know if that fucked with Smoove at all or whatever. But when Smoove was on point with his bars, he was hitting. You know what I mean? He was hitting, but he wasn't consistent enough. He was off his game for whatever reason, being shook from the intensity of Hevron, or from the crowd, or from, I don't know. I can't call it, but he was definitely bullied in that fight, and Hevron definitely earned that win definitively, and has earned the right to talk. You know what I mean? At least a certain amount of shit to motherfuckers who doubted him. So yeah, that's what it is. Spence and J Mack. J Mack was just outclassed. Spence was focused. He was ready. J Mack was off his game. He dropped the ball several times. He had a few bars. The hallmark target and all, you know, all that shit. That was pretty peace. But for the most part, he was outclassed by focus and intensity and I'm gonna say skill. Fuck it, we'll get into the next. The next one was Hayes and Don Poe. That was a bum fight. Hayes beat him up, and I actually think that Don Poe just dropped his fucking hands and let Hayes punch him the fuck up all in the face and shit. And Hayes did just that. You know what I mean? Hayes didn't stop. Hayes was relentless, and Hayes, you know what I mean, did what he was supposed to do, and Don Poe didn't do shit. You know what I mean, he just dropped his hands and let Hayes fuck him up, and Hayes definitely did just that. J.O. Spade versus Apex was a dope fight. It was close for some folk. I think J.O. Spade did better than most people thought for those who thought that he couldn't beat Apex, I thought it was possible for him to beat Apex. He didn't beat Apex in my book. Apex definitely beat him. But for those who knew some of the inside shit that was going on, Jail Spade was on top of his fucking game. He was, I mean, he had a few word fumbles and shit like that, but for the most part, he was on top of his game. His execution was dope. He had some nice lines, and the verse he did using Apex's flow for a verse Apex has used before in ciphers was like really dope. So if you knew about that, that was dope right there. You know what I mean? But sometimes, and I'll get to this will take place, or this will apply later on as well. When when it's being judged by people who don't know some of the personal shit that's going on, sometimes that personal shit don't hit home for some people. You dig what I'm saying? So, I caught it. I definitely caught the shit. But, some of the judges didn't catch it, and some of the crowd didn't catch it either, but I caught it. And J.O., I thought that was really dope, but, unfortunately, Apex, I thought, was the better MC that night and the better battler. So my vote would have went to Apex as well. Let me see, make sure I covered everyone. All right, I think that's everybody except for PG Skillet and Tay Rock.